Once upon a time, there was a young man who was deeply immersed in confusion and pain. He felt that he was of no value in life. No matter how hard he tried, he always found it difficult to shake off the shadow of failure. He hid in his room and refused to go out. Seeing his son in a low spirit, the father felt very sad, so he took his son to meet a wise man, hoping that the wise man could enlighten him. They arrived at a temple where the wise man lived. The father decided to let his son visit the wise man alone. When the wise man saw him and noticed his state, he asked him to sit down and prepared to tell him a story. There was once a brave and handsome king, and people were proud just to see him. He saved his country but lost one leg, one eye, and gained a terrible scar. Looking at portraits of past kings, he wondered, how will I be remembered? He called for the best artists and asked for a portrait true and inspiring. No one agreed. Then the king pointed to a young artist and ordered him to paint within 5 days. After learning about the king's situation, this young painter felt extremely stressed and didn't know what to do to satisfy the king. The painter decided to meditate quietly for 2 days and finally came up with an idea. He no longer just saw the king's scars, but saw the courage instead. He quickly finished painting the portrait of the king and then presented it to the king. The king was deeply touched when he saw his portrait. Tears welled up in his eyes, and then he broke into a happy smile. Thus, the painter escaped the fate of being punished by the king. After hearing the story, there was a glimmer in the young man's eyes. The corners of his mouth turned up slightly, and his expression was determined. A gentle breeze rustled the leaves behind him, and the setting sun shone on him, full of awakening and hope.